everyone, it's Cassie and welcome back to my channel. Sorry if my voice sounds weird or if my face looks weird. I don't know why my lips look weird looking at the camera, but ignore all that. I went camping this past weekend and I think I'm just a little run down and I got a little bit of a sunburn. Ignore that. So today's video is the most fun video of the month and it is my June TBR. So as always, we're gonna play the TBR game. If you've never seen my TBR game before, basically I have all these prompts and I roll one dice to pick the number across and one die to pick the number down, find the prompt that they meet at, and pick a book from there. Pretty much most of 2021, or no, it's 2022. Pretty much most of 2022 I've been struggling with my reading. It's just continued. So I normally do 5 rolls, but I think I'm going to do 4, possibly do 5, but we're going to see what I end up picking and then go from there. Just because I don't really want to have that pressure on myself because it's been a struggle and I've got like a million other things going on in life at the same time. So we're just keeping reading fun. Let's just get into the rolls. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. Both of those would mean the absolute world to me. My Instagram, Twitter, Goodreads, and Amazon wishlist are linked in the description box below if you're interested in checking any of those out. Comment down below what is on your June TBR. Let's get into the first roll. Sorry if the angle changes. I still haven't really figured out how I'm going to do these videos here, what the setup is for it. I didn't even realize what day it was and how little time I had to film in the next few days. It's still like May 24th, but I don't have a chance to film really in the next week, so I just quickly got ready and decided to start filming. So yeah, I haven't really had time to think about this. So it might be a mess, but the angle will change because I have to pick up the camera to film the rolls. Roll number 1 for across, we got a 4. Book number 2, roll number 2. Down we've got a 2. Got across 4 and down 2. Less than 300 pages. That is what we like to see. Now we're gonna replace the prompt. We just have a few that I haven't used yet, so that's why there's only a few in here. Goodreads scroll. The first rolls were pretty easy, perfect prompt pick, and I'm so happy about it. I got less than 300 pages. So there was only one thing I planned on getting on my TBR that I wanted to get on my TBR, and it worked perfectly for this one, and that is The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. This is the first book in the Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy, and if you don't know, there is a TV show series coming out for this in June, I believe. It might be July. I planned on doing it this month because I think it comes out in June, but it might come out in July. But I wanted to read this pretty close to when the show came out. I bought this a long time ago and I've wanted to read it ever since I bought it. Never have. And then once summer ended last year, I was like, I gotta wait till next summer. So now June is the beginning of summer. Summer starts in June. Show comes out in June. Perfect time to read this. I might try and get the other books on my TBR. When each summer begins, Belly leaves her school life behind and escapes to Cousins Beach, the place she has spent every summer of her life. Not only does the beach house mean home away from home, but her favorite people are there. Susanna, her mother's best friend, and her sons Conrad and Jeremiah. Belly has been chasing Conrad for as long as she can remember, and more than anything she hopes this summer will be different. Despite distractions from a new guy named Cam and lingering looks from Conrad's brother Jeremiah, Belly's heart belongs to Conrad. Will he offer his to her? Will this be the summer that changes everything? A cute little romance YA. The words are pretty big on here, so this will be a quick read, and it's 275 pages, I believe. 276 pages, so that's the first book for less than 300 pages. Roll number 1 for book number 2 is a 2. And roll number 2 for book number 2 is a 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. True crime / nonfiction. I don't know how excited about this one I am, but that is okay. replace that with color generator. For the next prompt, I got true crime / nonfiction. I had no plans for reading anything in this area anytime soon, but that's okay. I decided to go with Murder, Madness, and Mayhem, 25 Tales of True Crime and Dark History. This is by Mike Brown, the host of the Dark Poutine podcast. Dark Poutine is a podcast that has just true crime, I believe, only from Canada. And so this is a compilation of compelling true crime and dark history stories from Canada, the US, and around the world. So there is more. I think it maybe started with just Canada, but I could be wrong. So yeah, there's 25 stories in here, and I think this will be nice. If I don't finish this, I wouldn't be super mad, but I think this will be nice as something I can pick up, read one story, put it down, read another book, just read it when I can, which is kind of what I need at this point in time, because I'm not out here able to just binge a book lately. So this will be nice, and I won't feel so bad about taking a long time to read this, because I think I will. But I think I'm going to really enjoy this. I'm actually quite excited. I did want to read this at some point. It just wasn't really on my radar for anything too soon. Let's get into the third roll. Third book, the first roll is a 2, and the second roll is a 2 also. 1, 2, 1, 2. Most recent purchase. Replace it with 5-word title. If it seems like I'm in a hurry, I'm sorry. I sort of am all of a sudden. So try not to make it obvious. The next prompt that I got was most recent purchase, and I actually can't really remember fully which is my most recent purchase. I think I know what it is, and I have it here, but I'm gonna do something I don't normally do, and I'm gonna give myself 2 options for this, just because, but they're very similar, just because I think I want to read the one, but since my reading's so weird currently, I just want to give myself another option. I believe my most recent purchase is No Exit by Taylor Adams. This is like the movie cover for it. This is about a girl who is on her way home for Christmas or something. Oh no, to see her dying mother from college, stuck in a snowstorm, and has to stay at this rest stop. And then she sees, when she's outside, she sees someone, like a kid or something, stuck in the back of someone's car, like clearly being held against their will. And so she sees that and has to figure out whose car this is. This is like really beloved on YouTube or BookTube, and I feel like you either really love it or you're not a huge fan. So I'm a little nervous. I do want to read this because I don't know how much I'm gonna like it personally, but I want to read it to have said I read it, and I also want to watch the movie. Even though people don't like the movie, I want to read this to watch the movie, make my own decision, blah blah blah. Another pretty recent purchase is If We Were Villains by ML Rio, and I really want to read this. I'm quite in the mood for it, so this is my backup plan just in case I'm not super in the mood for this. This is kind of dark academia. It follows this character who ended up going to prison for the murder of someone he went to college with. The person that gets him out of jail is the police officer that put him in there, because he wants to know the story of what happened. So yeah, they're like a Shakespearean club, this group of friends, very dark academia-esque. So I'm excited to read this, but I did buy this before I bought this, so technically it's 2 options, but I think I'm gonna go with this, but this might be a replacement, and I'm letting myself do that. Now let's go to the 4th and final rolls. Across we've got a 4, and down got a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Least favorite cover. We only have 1 prompt in here left, so blurred. Okay, and for the 4th and final rolls, we got the prompt least favorite cover. This one was actually kind of hard. I don't really have that many that I don't really like the cover to, so this one's kind of pushing it because it's not really my least favorite cover. It doesn't really do anything for me, so I'm just gonna count that. So I'm gonna read Her Every Fear by Peter Swanson. I have a lot of Peter Swanson on my TBR and I've only read one of them, so I'd like to get working through all of those, and I don't know, it's just like a boring cover, so thought I'd do this one. I don't remember which one this one is or what this one's about. Kate Pretty has always been a bit neurotic, but after an ex-boyfriend kidnapped her, her bouts of anxiety began exploding into full-blown panic attacks. When Corbin Dell, a cousin in Boston, suggests the two temporarily swap apartments, Kate agrees, hoping that time away will help her overcome the past traumas of her life. But at Corbin's apartment, Kate discovers that a neighbor, a young woman, has been murdered. When the police question her, Kate has few answers, but many questions of her own, and her curiosity intensifies when she meets Alan, a handsome tenant who lives across the courtyard. Then she runs into a man claiming to be the dead woman's old boyfriend. Corbin calms Kate's nerves until she comes across disturbing objects hidden in the apartment. Could Corbin really be a killer? And what about Alan? Kate finds herself drawn to him, but she can barely trust herself, let alone a stranger she's just met. The danger Kate imagines isn't nearly as twisted as what is about to happen, when her every fear becomes very real and much, much closer than she thinks. I forgot, this is the one that I'm probably most excited to. I really like the premise of it, so I'm actually quite excited for this one. I am currently reading The Paris Apartment. Currently reading, I say, but I've read like 20 pages of it, but that also is set in an apartment building, so maybe that'll be something I like. I actually have no clue. That is what I picked for least favorite cover. That is technically the last book that I'm putting on my TBR, but I would like to read the second and third book in the Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy. They're all pretty small, also under 300 pages, and I assume this one's also under 300 pages. I might have just read a spoiler. But I would like to read the whole trilogy in June, but that doesn't happen, but I would like to read them all and maybe do a vlog on it. So I'm doing more themed vlogs now, so I would like to read all of these, but I just wasn't really able to fit them into any of the prompts. So, but technically this is my TBR. Pretty easy. I don't want to say that, but like pretty easy. All of them pretty short and mysteries mainly, so pretty quick reads. So hopefully maybe I'll actually finish this TBR. Cross our fingers, wish me good luck. I really need it. And again, if I don't feel like reading No Exit, I'll do If We Were Villains by ML Rio. But I have a good feeling going into this month, but I think I say that every month and it doesn't really happen, but that's okay. We aren't being hard on ourselves. Not allowed. These four, possibly these two as well. Even if with these two, I mean, it's a big pile, but not that bad. I mean, it's a big pile for me because like normally I'll read, like when I'm doing good with reading, I'm reading like 5 books a month, and that's it. So yeah, so if you like this video, make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below what you're reading in June, and also let me know if you've read any of the books that I'm planning on reading, what your thoughts on them were, and all of that. I will see you in my next video. Bye!